Are you wanting to be more competitive, or you just want
So
to
right
show
now,
the boys?
the only other text in here is Modern only played Commander, mainly CEDH. So they generally play high Commander.
Oh, okay. So they won't like probably more competitive. But
Yeah.
like that's always like hard to say because
Honestly,
like
the
there's so many
best advice I
decks.
can give you in terms of Modern, and it, like in terms of Modern, the best advice I can give you, and it's pretty easy to do if you've played CDH. So whatever you like to do in that, try to find how you can play that in Modern and just get good at that deck. Um, so I would say a lot of people think, for example, Jeskai Breach isn't like tier one, but people like Ross Marion who played a lot or Corey Bowmuch that played a lot do well with it
Yeah.
because they know all the ins and outs of the deck. So they push it past like the B tier level to the AES tier level
Also,
because they're so efficient with how they play it.
like if you
It's like playing against Reed Duke on John. It's like
yeah,
he's the John guy. Like he's going to play
I've watched
optimally.
so
Like
much for Duke.
he's
I
going to
love
play it so
him.
optimally, and John could be really bad at the time, but he's going to play it incredibly well. So if you played Urza, just play honestly Hammer Time. Hammer Time's probably your deck.
If you build Hammer Time, you can also like have Thopter Sword combo, which is
Yeah,
a
you can play
reasonable
Urza
deck, too.
Thopter Sword.
I was gonna suggest look into Yawgmoth because it's very similar to a lot of CDH combos, and it can be
Oh my god, this is Mono Black Coffers. No? We didn't know what his deck was. I forgot to put a space bar like this or like this to like take it away.
Like I said, he was on Rhinos the other day. I swear. I have to go grab Hardesty stuff because the stuff he gave me was not correct. So I'll be back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like Yawgmoth it benefits the players that know what hands to keep and that are really good at sequencing. And like playing the things the right way. So in my opinion, if you like artifact decks, I would just kind of cater towards Hammer Time. You play CEDH, so generally you're playing shorter games unless somebody really stalls you out with like stacks or something. But I'd play Hammer, ends quick, get to play artifacts, and then if you want to be like, oh, I just kind of want to play a fun deck for the day, you can play Thopter Sword Foundry combo. It's a little less competitive than Hammer, but can win just as well. There's also like that Fiddlebender deck. It's a fun artifact deck. It's a little bit more on the fun side than it is on the competitive side, but it can do it. You can also play Affinity. But yeah, if you want to make a lot more decisions, I'd play Fiddlebender. But Affinity is pretty like where you want to be. You just get to play four just sagas, stuff like that. All right. Cool. Yeah. So a comment. Well, I don't have the chat like up on the screen. One of the comments. Playing MTGO right now, turns out Ravager is great against Living In. Yeah, it's really good against Living In because you just sack everything, especially if you have the one that gets all the counters from them leaving your creatures. And then whenever they all come back, you just get to slam them on a Walking Ballista or something. Hey, thanks for the input. I'll check this out. Yeah, those are where I'd be. They're also high in the meta, so. If you're talking about Jordan's definitely borrowing the deck. This is Nathan's deck, but I don't remember the last time he's played it, so you might need a refresher on it. Like John said, there's a couple of other shops that are within reasonable distance that they played Modern on Wednesday.
Yeah,
So Nathan was playing Rhinos, and I know he's been playing Rhinos for a while, so he might have just been like, "Oh, I'll play Coffers today."
Like this shop's in Caldwell.
Yeah.
And him and we both live in Parkersburg.
Yeah.
It's a shop in Parkersburg.
Which is, I don't know.
It's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 45, I think.
But obviously, I come here more.
A card that you might not know if you've never seen really the Mono Black deck. Invoke Despair. It got remanded, but it did get cast by Nathan.
Oh, that card's like a house.
It's pretty cool. I did figure out something kind of gross you get to do to counter it if you have a Fable out. I'd like the combo like with Fable where you can like make multiple copies.
Yeah.
Well, it's an enchantment and a creature, so I got to make 2 copies and sack a creature and an enchantment, and they were just like my copies to this card. So that was pretty sick. Oh, they were not happy after it happened, and they only got to draw like 1 card. They were like, "Wait a minute!"
They get to draw 1, and you only lose 2.
Yeah, and there were tokens that I would lose on in step anyway.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "This is so bad."
So messed up with that card. Whenever you're like, "All right, I will draw 3. You'll take 6."
Yeah.
Good luck.
You'll just get smoked. It's fine. But it's kind of cool. I see a lot of people that are traveling, going to 1K store championships, trying to get the Cheetah Fingers Dave.
I like how I started calling it that, and everyone just like said,
"Is he on here?"
That's the name. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, if you go to a store championship, it said winner. I thought we had more than just winner, but maybe not.
So top 8 gets something else, and winner gets the Cheetah Fingers Dave.
You get this Omnath, and then you can just start lying about what it does because it has so much text on it, nobody knows. So just also, play a land, gain 4 life, and punch your opponent. It's so sick.
Also, you get the pleasure of calling it Cheetah Fingers Dave.
You get to call it Cheetah Fingers Dave, which really, to be fair, the other Omnath is more Cheetah Fingers. The just the red green one because they're all like red. But I'll give you a pass on this one. Yeah. He got the mixed bag. You got different heat.
This grocery store over by my house only has the mixed bag right now, and I was so upset. I need my Cheetos, man.
Oh, I'm in the wrong seat. Okay. Am I still in the wrong seat? Oh, they're in the middle. Oops. I just knew Jordan was all the way to the left, so I was on that table editing the life total, so I hadn't changed them once. Nathan's above 20, but I don't know what.
Jordan had to read that march. You're telling me you don't know what that march does? I don't know the name of the march.
March of Sorrows. Don't ask why I know.
It's X. It's the same thing as like regular march, but it's like -X, and you gain X life.
I believe this is one of the cards that Post Malone has his like own copy of or something, a secret layer. So that
I won't lie, I don't know much about Post Malone.
I gotta go doing some searching. Hold on.
Don't yell at me, chat, but yeah, that's never been something I've been like super into. Also, go yell at Hardesty again.
No, don't go yell at Hardesty.
Just like play Urza, but I won't give you Goblin Agents.
Where are they at? I don't know where they're at. I have the astrology lands that came up. But Jordan's doing some Valak stuff. Very sick. And then down to 14. I wonder if Jordan even knows how many mountains he actually has. Be kind of curious to know if he knows. I just now realized that Nathan has different basic mounts. And I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Not playing Urza. Urza proceeds to tell me I don't own Goblin Engines.
Jordan, read it out loud so everybody knows what it does.
Well, what is he doing?
He got an invoked spare cast against him, and this one tech's gonna resolve, so Jordan read it this time. But Jordan has Scapeshift in hand, so it doesn't really matter kind of what's gonna happen.
Every time I see Invoke Despair, I think it should also discard cards. And it just doesn't.
Like make your opponent discard?
Yeah, I think it should do like everything it does, but every time they weren't able to sack, they also have to discard.
Yeah, man.
I'm not thinking that that's like what it should do. I just keep thinking that's what it does.
Right. So 1, 2, 3. He only has 3 mountains in play. He does have Scapeshift again.
Well, he can just kill him, right?
I believe
He
so,
has
because
7 land.
yeah, he can get 7 different mountains. So even if Nathan was above 18, he's still dead. He can grab another Valakut plus 6
Oh
mountains.
yeah, he has a land drop.
Yeah. Land drop. We cast Scapeshift. Please. Jordan's trying to think whether you can kill him or not.
Yeah,
He
he's
doesn't
trying to
know
do
yet.
like the Scapeshift math. He's like, I've died to Scapeshift so much. How do I kill him?
I killed Jordan with Scapeshift one time and he didn't make me go get the mountains. He just picked him up. I was like,
I've had so many people do that to me.
like, bro, if you're dead, just wait like 5 more seconds for them to grab the mountains. You'd be surprised for them to hit you for 16 because they forgot how many mountains were in their deck. Or they borrowed it. Yeah, Jordan should be able to just win. But again, this is the downside of borrowing a deck.
Borrowing a deck that he's had it for like a week now, but he hasn't like looked at it or done anything with it, or even asked like any questions really until like 5 minutes before FNM.
Yeah, it's a Jordan play for sure. This guy normally plays Dredge and Burn, where he's like the only one in the room that knows the most about him, probably.
I've played a ton of Dredge in my
Right.
day, but
I've never gone to Jordan and been like, "Hey man, I got a question," unless it's like Burn. Because like we had somebody else build it and they were asking me questions. So I was like, I don't know the optimal play, man.
Dream
Go
Beam
fuck
was showing me his Burn deck that he like won one of the Apex Invitationals. It's playing Wild Nikotl.
Oh
And
yeah,
I had to show him. I have on Goldfish from my first PPTQ I won with Burn, and the PTQ deck that list for Burn I played and won, and it's very similar. It just didn't have Wild Nikotl because I think Wild Nikotl was still banned, but it seeing his list just like was so nostalgic almost.
So here's the question, John.
Yeah.
Because he grabbed 6 mountains. Does he think he needs 7? We do have an RCQ event, and it is a
Destination RCQ.
it's a destination RCQ event. So even if you're qualified, you can actually show up to it. I want to say it's like December 4th.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
think
sure it's the 4th.
I can actually check really quickly. I'm gonna take away the timer though to do so. So you're gonna get some things that pop up.
It's in November.
Yeah, so it's on the 4th. 4th of December. We have a modern 2-slot RCQ destination. So if you get first or second, you qualify for season 2 of the RCQs. And if you're already qualified, you can just show up.
Yeah, in worst case, you get a yellow brick and chill with some of the homies.
Also, hopefully by then, we'll have a lot of the side room cleared out. So our capacity will actually go up. We had 86 here last time. With that other side room open, we could get into the upwards of like 150 probably. It's a lot of people. A lot. Yeah. It's a lot of Magic, but that's also
that's like
we pay out everything.
Too. Yeah, like making nothing on the events, just giving it all back to the players.
Yeah, we generally make $0. Anything that we keep, anything we keep, actually, we like. I say we keep. Any money that doesn't go into the pool is being paid to the judges that we bring.
Yeah.
So like, if you do the math, because you can obviously do the math, it's not very hard. You go, oh, I spent $40, $5 goes to the invitational at the end of the year. But then like, where's the other 35 going? Well, you can obviously, there's 110 players. You can do the math. That extra money goes to paying our judges because we want there to be judges for our competitive event. But December 4th, we have a destination RCQ here at Apex.
Isn't it also an Apex Invitational event as well?
It is an Apex Invitational event as well.
So you can qualify for both events.
Our Apex Invitational event at the end is a $10,000 tournament.
It's a 10K plus right now.
10K plus-ish, but like it's at the 10K mark.
It's not going below 10.
So you could come qualify for an RCQ and qualify for a tournament that's a 10K plus.
Yeah.
So it is a modern tournament. Also, if you are farther away, we have a couple of hotels that are owned by the same people. They are giving the people at those hotels discounts if they're here for Apex events. Because to them, they just want to get rooms filled up. We'll be like, hey, we have an event this weekend. If they come in, they say they're here for this, what rate can you give them? And they've been getting incredible rates, I believe. I don't personally know them, but I know that they're getting a discount at the hotels. So that's kind of cool as well. So you don't have to come, be like, oh, it's going to be all day. I don't want to drive home.
Also,
the hotel is literally like, what, like 2 minutes from here? Maybe.
Less than that.
Less than that. It's just like how long you have to sit at the light.
Yeah.
Like how long you sit at one light.
What's also sweet is if you're down here, you also can just bring a bunch of like cards you want to get rid of and sell them to the shop. You can also just go on the shop's website, which is apexgaming.gg, and shop all of the singles.
Yeah.
And you can even like order them and then pick them up in store later. And they have an incredible selection of singles.
And we buy everything.
Yeah, there's like nothing that doesn't get bought.
I think if it tells you, if you're like, oh, but I have dual lands, stuff like that, like that's a lot of money. In our case, we literally have
the Power 9 right now.
We have the Power 9 in the case. We have like a random.
You have a Tabernacle.
We have a Tabernacle in there. We have that basic island.
Yeah,
that's like $1,500. Like, we will buy everything. If it is a staple and in good condition, like generally we're talking like your fetch lands, your forces, your rent, like things like that, you're looking at like 70% of TCG low, but that's also what we sell at.
Yeah.
We don't do the thing where we like buy at TCG low and then sell at TCG high. We sell and buy at the same price. So if you're like whatever, and we generally will give a little bit better rates on certain things as well if it's trading for other cards.
Yeah.
And then things like dual lands and stuff, sometimes depending on condition, if it's like really nice, like you just kind of have like an LP dual land, you can get like 75%, whatever. Like, we generally want players to get the money back out of their cards as they can, but any higher than that, we really can't do anything as a store. So
it's still a business, still have to make some money, but 75% is like 75% is like huge.
Yeah. Also, you do not have to show up to us to sell us your cards. We do. I've had multiple people that I've talked to through the stream before that like I tell them to take a picture of all their cards, just so like we have complete transparency of what you have, what I got in the mail. I generally contact them immediately after, be like, "This is what came in the mail. Here's the picture of all the cards," and then I price them up and I break it down and I send them the price of what like I'm paying for their cards. And if they want it, we just PayPal you, and then boom, there you go. So if you
want like cards in the store, we put them on store credit, and you can use it towards cards, and they can be mailed to you.
yeah, it's in that regard, it's a lot like Card Kingdom. If you just like you're like, man, I have Murktide, and I just don't want to play the deck. I don't want to keep any of the cards. You can contact us, and you'd be like, here's our cards. We'll send it in. I have the entire list. We'll be like, thank you. Send it in to us. We'll take it. And then we'll give you a price. We'll send you everything. If you're like, what all do you guys have of Amulet Titan? We'll be like, we have all these. We'll trade it across for some of your stuff, and then we'll give you the difference. And if you agree upon it, we'll ship you the cards that you want. Take your cards and then PayPal you the rest. No problem.
Also, you can also just buy cards on the website, and they can be mailed to you. You don't have to like send us any cards if you don't. If you just want to shop.
It's one of the things we're trying to provide, like a lot more flexibility for players that want to switch decks. Because like one of the big things is whenever you get in a modern or you get in like a format that costs a lot, because like other than Pauper, your like decks cost a lot. We don't want you to like, because we've had somebody buy a deck one time and it was like Phoenix. It got banned and they were just like, I really can't get like anything else, man. Like, and they just like quit the game. Like, we don't really want that to happen, so we try to offer the best rate that we can. Also try to help some people out if we can.
Yeah. And also, if anyone's like interested in trying out Modern and they haven't, and they're in the area, come down, hit someone up. We always have extra decks too.
More than Kyle's got like 7. I got like 2 random ones, but I can put a ton together.
Yeah, I have just about everything you could ever want to play, or I can put together just about everything.
Well, yeah, that's our little rant on that.
Yeah,
I don't try to plug very often, but I do think there are things that we do incredibly well, and I think that's one of them for the most part, or at least we try to. Last modern deck I played was Hogak. Finally got it together, and then it got banned.
Oh, I feel that pain. I played it at GP Vegas, boiled it out, and on the Monday coming back home, they announced the ban. It hurt my soul.
Yeah, it happened to Hardesty and Pioneer. He ordered Kethis. Entire thing was in the mail on the way, and then Kethis just caught a stray.
I was at least able to play Kethis for a minute and win a couple events with it before it got banned.
Yeah.
But I mean that's one of the things that like always sucks whenever you're like, oh, this deck is sweet, let's order it, and then it just like gets banned.
Yeah.
Which of course just like happens every once in a while. I mean, it's just like luck of the draw sometimes.
I played a deck that had 5 cards banned in it. Is when they did the Uro Mystic Sanctuary, Field of the Dead. But, my whole deck
I didn't play a whole lot of Modern when those were legal.
Yeah.
Or when they were at least played a lot.
Yeah, when those ones got hit, I might as well just been out of Modern at that point.
I think I was playing like I played in a few FNMs, but not really anything else. I like played some Pioneer like winner boxes, but there wasn't a whole lot of Magic going around near me then.
Right.
So like, I was playing Dredge still in Modern. I was like just not caring.
I believe I know we haven't been talking about the game too much.
Yeah.
We did a shame plug, you know. We gotta
I
get
mean,
it in there every now and then. But I thought, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not like super familiar with the Morning Tide, like how the art looks for Scapeshift, but I thought Jordan had one in hand. But it also, at certain angles, it kind of looks like the old breeding pool to me.
um, the breeding pools in the deck should only be RTR. So I mean,
Oh,
that
then
helps.
I think he had one. I'm not.
The Morningtide Scapeshifts has the trees and then the fish on them. But it also might be that the mono black deck's also good at gaining life. So I
Right,
don't
like I
know what his life total actually is. So I don't know if it's just that he just doesn't have lethal yet.
it makes me wonder if Matt.
Oh, it's a Veil and Veil, a Bolt, and a Dryad.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought it was Escape Shift, but I wasn't
No.
sure. That's kind of why I didn't want to say that that's what it was. But
Casting Veil in response to Lily, I assume.
yeah, I just wanted to draw another card. Has another
I mean,
veil to cycle if you want
I
to.
think I would just cycle this Veil.
Yeah, and then just discard the worst card. I think at this point you're just trying to get the Escape Shift or bust for the most part.
Yeah, I think it's discard Bolt. I would cycle this other Veil.
How many mountains you got in your deck?
There's 12.
12. Okay. So we got
I
two.
can just send you the list if you want the list.
It's. I figured it was 12. I just some are 11, some are 12. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 7 in the deck.
It's the same list I've been playing like on Moto. Where
Right.
I've been playing Temur for the last like month or so.
Well, no, there was a while that you kind of branched out and you were like on that 4-color with Wing Grace, I think. No, or were you
That
just
was-
playing 4-color?
That was Bring to Light.
Oh yeah, it was Bring the Light. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's a Torok.
But he veiled already, so Torok won't do anything.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
sure why Torok has any counter.
I'm not entirely sure either. I don't know if like, because I think Jordan knows how the card works. I don't know if Nathan meant to say, "Oh, I meant to play this before," and then he was just like, "Sure, I guess." Yeah, I don't know what's happened.
We were too busy like kind of plugging everything. Like I don't think a lot of people that watch the Twitch, I don't think know necessarily about the online store.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we had somebody order a shirt the other day.
I personally enjoy like talking about it,
Right.
but
Oh,
there's a Scapeshift,
well,
so he's dead.
It didn't matter. That thing could have 7 counters on it. It doesn't matter now. That there's just like nothing Coffers could do to this, I believe, right?
Especially since they're tapped out, like you can play. I would play Dryad here because you're not really worried about anything particularly.
Right. But I guess the other thing is if he is as low as it looks like he is, it's just not gonna matter.
Now the question is, does Jordan know how many mountains are in the deck, and did he like discard and or cycle it?
Yeah. It kind of I think this is what our finger tap on the table means is 3,
He's
6,
leaving-
9, 12, 15.
He's leaving.
Is that right?
2 mountains on the battlefield.
Jordan might be the best Scapeshift player of all time. He's not greedy like us, John. We want to make sure they're dead.
I'd usually just get enough to kill them.
I make sure they die. In game, by the way. Please, for the love of God, TOS.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft.